This is Sessions, a show where we showcase the finest musicians in all of East Texas. I'm your host, Callie Fontana. On today's show, we have the privilege of hearing one of the most talented vocal students at Stephen F. Austin State University, Aaron Dominguez. Aaron will be performing 3 songs in 3 different languages, so stay tuned. You are not going to want to miss that. Welcome to Sessions. Here with us today is our guest, Aaron Dominguez. Aaron is from Midland, Texas, and earned a bachelor's degree at Hardin-Simmons University and is now pursuing his master's here at Stephen F. Austin State University in vocal performance. Hi, Aaron. How are you?
Hello, I'm really good.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, I'm glad to be here.
We are so glad you're here. So can you tell me how you started in your vocal performance / singing career?
Of course, yes. So in middle school, like everyone, we all need a fine arts credit. I was like, theater, art, choir, orchestra. I was like, I'll just go with choir. Probably seems the easiest, most enjoyable. Went through that, had some amazing choir directors throughout the journey from middle school, my freshman year, high school. And then by the time it started to become time for college, I was like, I guess I'll do music. It's the thing I know the most. I've had so many great educators influence me. So that's really what impacted me to choose music as a career.
So you really just kind of fell into it by accident.
I did, yes.
Funny how that works. So you got your bachelor's degree at Hardin-Simmons,
Yes.
Correct? And now you're pursuing your master's degree at Stephen F. Austin?
I am, yes.
Compared to Hardin-Simmons and SFA's School of Music, how are they different compared to each other?
Well, Hardin-Simmons is a smaller Christian Baptist university. And in the School of Music, although the program was fantastic, it was definitely a lot smaller compared to a larger state school here with like hundreds of students. But I think the biggest thing, would just be the class sizes and just all the opportunities that are available here. So.
Okay, what brought you to SFA from Hardin-Simmons?
So after my senior year, like approaching the end of it, I was thinking, what should I do? Should I wait a little bit? Should I keep going? And then I got in contact with one of the vocal professors here, Dr. Scott LaGraff, who I've been in contact with, and he encouraged me to come visit, come audition, and I did, and it was a great choice.
And you're loving it.
I am,
Every
yes.
step of it. So are there any people in the School of Music here at SFA that really have influenced you or help you learn certain things that you kind of weren't expecting?
Oh, most definitely, yes. I've only been here since August, only a few months, but just in that time span, my professors that I have for vocal pedagogy, Dr. Richard Berry, he's been awesome. My voice teacher, Dr. Scott LaGraff, my opera director, everyone so far has just been encouraging, and I just feel like I've improved so much already.
So you told me that you perform in operas, musicals, and concert type events.
Yes, I have.
Out of those 3, which one would you say is your favorite to perform?
I do enjoy operas mostly, just being able to act and sing and just enjoy myself and have a good time. So.
Okay, can you tell me the major difference in opera singing and singing in musicals?
Yes, of course. So even though both are great styles of singing, they both require 2 different techniques. So for example, if I was doing opera music, you would hear more like loud, not supposedly loud, but more presence, more technique happening in our throat as compared to musical theater singing where everything is more like wah and like belty and.
So there's a lot more technique behind opera singing compared
Yes.
to singing in musicals.
Most definitely, yes.
Do you like the technique, the difficulty that it brings to you?
Since I've been taking vocal lessons since about 7th grade, so I have started at an early age getting used to that, building my stamina. So for me personally, it's not that much of a struggle for me, so.
Okay, and so also in musicals, I assume you're in groups. How do you do any performances, like solo performances, where you just go and opera sing, or I mean, kind of like you performed with us, or more group type of performances?
So can you repeat that question? I'm so sorry.
Like, you sing in operas and in musicals with groups, but do you ever perform like a solo performance?
Yes, most definitely. There are some works that require just solo stuff. For example, the School of Music is doing a Messiah sing-along this coming up weekend.
That sounds
And
fun.
during one of those, I do have a solo where it is just me in the larger work. So.
Do you like performing solo, or is it a little more nerve-wracking?
I do. At first, when I started taking voice, I used to be very shy and timid, but starting now, like throughout my whole educational career, I have just been able to just be myself on stage and not get nervous.
Okay, so other than vocal performance and singing, do you have any other things musically that you like to do? Like, for example, an instrument, or?
Well, I do play piano, not as well as the piano majors, but my freshman year of college, I began taking lessons, and since everyone is required to, and we all have to be proficient in a way, so ever since then, my training has just increased, and I feel like I'm decent at it. But other than that, I don't know any other instruments, sadly.
That's okay. I don't know any instruments, so you're doing better than me for sure. Do you like to do any, like, so obviously you sing because you're good at it and it's fun. Is there anything else you like to do other than maybe in the music industry or just in general that you enjoy?
Sometimes I enjoy just like creating some pieces on like music software, just playing around, just playing some chords, seeing what happens, but yeah.
So
that's
you've
pretty much
created
it.
some of your own pieces?
I wouldn't say they were the best thing, but they're just attempts at
Well, I mean, you got to
stuff.
start somewhere, right?
That's true, yes.
That seems like a pretty good start to me. So other than obviously pursuing a master's degree in vocal performance, so what would you say is like your overall dream, your overall goal?
I would like to perform at some opera houses around the country, maybe, who knows, around the world someday. But my main goal in the future is just to be a really good vocal teacher for other students to help them advance in their careers.
Do you have a certain age group that you think you are considering, or?
Yes, so I've taught a couple students in the past just to get some experience, mainly around like middle school and early high school. But eventually I would like to do it at like a college level, university level, so.
Okay, so you said you wanted to travel the world and sing. Are there any particular operas that you like, oh, I need to do that before my career's over?
Let's see. We as vocal students are always getting new rep, always getting new pieces to work on, getting put into opera programs on campus, so I feel like for me, I do enjoy the operas of Mozart, so singing that in like an Italian opera hall would just be like ideal.
Oh yeah, for sure. Next up after the break, we'll see a performance by Aaron Dominguez singing Gentle Airs, Melodious Strains by Handel. So make sure you stay tuned. Welcome back to Sessions. I'm Callie, and here with us today is Aaron Dominguez. Let's take a look at his performance of Gentle Airs, Melodious Strains by Handel. Enjoy.
strains, call for raptures out of woe. Gentle as melodious rain, call for raptures out of woe. Call for raptures out of woe.
And that was Aaron Dominguez singing Gentle Airs Melodious by Handel. That was great.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about that piece and just what it means to you?
Yes, so the piece is from an oratorio by Handel, written around late 1600s, early 1700s, from the oratorio called Athalia, my bad. But yes, it basically is just, it has religious text towards it, so with it being in an oratorio, has religious background to it, so.
Does it have a certain difficulty and that's why you like it, or is it just like a favorite?
Well, to be honest, I just needed to sing an oratorio this semester for my requirements, so that was the one I was given, but it has helped me improve a lot through my journey.
So you learned that song this year.
Yes.
How long did it take you to master it and feel good enough to perform it?
Well, learning it was probably the easiest part. Getting it down, getting the, I guess, the technical stuff out of the way, that was the more challenging part. But I would say maybe a couple weeks, 2 weeks that we've worked on that, me and my voice teacher, so.
Okay, not too bad, not too bad. So compared to, I know we're about to see you sing in a few other languages,
Yes.
so I assume singing in English is the easiest, or?
Actually, it is not. It's actually one of the more challenging languages to sing in for myself, so.
Okay, can you explain why that is?
Yes, so when a singer sings, we basically sing on just vowels. That's our primary thing that we focus on, and the consonants in between those kind of just fall into play. So when we do sing, we don't sing on those consonants, we sing on those vowels, so having those shaped correctly is the most important thing for us. So, and with English, there are just so many vowels and consonants that I think there's like, I could be wrong, around 17, 16 different vowels in the English language, like shapes-wise, but considering other languages like Italian where there's only 6, it's definitely more easier to sing in like Italian rather than English.
Definitely makes singing sound a lot more complex than I thought, and I'm sure our viewers thought as well. So I guess another question is, you said it was a religious piece based on like is there a sort of another message behind it other than just the religious point of it, or what type of message is the song trying to come across?
Yes, of course. Well, the text is gentle airs, melodious strains. So let's see what's after that. Gentle airs, melodious. So I think what the text is basically trying to convey is it's saying that it's okay just to rest in these troubles that are going on in one's life, and it's just okay.
Was it one of the first songs in that type of genre, I guess you could say, that you learned, or?
No, I guess from starting my educational journey, I've become a lot familiar with a lot of other religious songs, oratorios, so this is just another one to add in that collection.
Okay, so when you're singing a religious song or a song with a certain message behind it, how does that affect your performance?
Of course, yes. So, of course, whenever you are singing that, you don't want it just to be like plain and boring. You want to get that message across to people, and I think that's one of the biggest things as musicians that we can bring to the table. we have all these musicians who can sing, but we want them to convey their own message of the text. For some people it can be totally different, but as long as you have emotion and you have a goal that you want to set, I think that makes all the difference.
Okay, that's very interesting. Also in the performance, I noticed you performed with one of the pianists that's also at the SFA School of Music, correct?
Yes.
Yes, so when you perform, are there other instruments that you like, is there an instrument you prefer to like link up with? Like that you think maybe you work best with or sounds best with your voice?
Well, with voice, a lot of stuff is written for either voice and piano or voice and orchestra or chamber ensemble. It is common that sometimes composers will write for voice and flute or voice and like string quartet, but for me, I really do enjoy just the voice and the piano just together.
Okay. Besides the song and the message behind it, what do you like about that song? Like how the techniques are?
So in music, there are different types of styles depending on the time frame, all the way from like Renaissance to modern day now. And this song was in the Baroque era, which is 1600 to 1750.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so during this time, there's a lot of opportunities to be musical and to just be very expressive with the text and the music together. So
very interesting. Next up after the break, we have two separate performances by our guest Aaron Dominguez, one in German and one in Italian. You're not going to want to miss out. Hi, and welcome back to Sessions. I'm here with Aaron Dominguez and his German performance of Huan by Franz, performed in Italian, and an Italian song, O del Amito Ben by Donati. Enjoy. Welcome back to Sessions. We apologize for the miscommunication. Now we are going to see the Italian performance O del mio amato ben by Donati. Enjoy. was Aaron Dominguez with his Italian performance of O del mio amato ben by Donati. That was great.
Thank you.
I will say, compared to your English performance, I don't know if it's just me, but in the Italian performance, you looked a lot into it. Your eyes were very into it.
Yes, I feel like this piece draws for more emotion and more character. This was written in around mid-1800s, so during this time, there was more just raw emotion being conveyed towards singers with the text, so.
Okay, can you tell me the message behind the song?
Yes, so in Italian, basically, the story is saying how this guy has lost a loved one, and you can either interpret it from like a heartbreak or someone passing away, but the way I interpreted it was he's going through a heartbreak, this girl has left him, and he's just in pain, and he's just saying like, why would you do this? So.
Real sad love song, just
Yes.
Italian version.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you did explain earlier that performing in English is more difficult than performing in other languages. What would you say is your favorite language to perform in?
I would say either Italian or German.
Can you tell me why?
I guess just for me, I find it easier, and I feel like for myself, I enjoy the literature, the music literature found in both the German and Italian languages, so.
So you know how to sing Italian and German, right? Do you know how to speak the languages fluently?
Still working on that. I'd like to become fluent in Italian one day, but still in the process. But I have taken classes like Italian diction, German diction, French diction, and English diction that allow me to sing in these languages.
Are there
properly.
any songs that you ever sing in either German or Italian that you don't really know what you're saying, but you're saying what like you're supposed to be singing?
There
I guess?
for sure are times with that, yes. But the important thing for singers is to know what we're actually singing. So once we get our music and we see all these words that we aren't familiar with, we have to go look them up, like translate them word for word, or go find an appropriate translation of it so we can actually convey what we're actually saying. So.
Oh, how can we contact you? On any social medias or platforms?
Facebook, Instagram, just my name, Aaron Dominguez, at Aaron M. Dominguez. Facebook, Twitter, all those good things.
Right, everywhere we can get you. You're gonna wanna keep up with him because he'll be famous one day. Thank you again for joining us today, Aaron, and for those great performances. Thank you for tuning into Sessions. I'm Callie Fontana, and I'll see you next time.